Imagine for a moment that you're standing in front of a massive puzzle. You've spent hours poring over every single piece, examining the smallest detail, trying to piece together the larger picture. But as the hours pass, you start to realize that you're not making any real progress. You're just too focused in the tiny details. That's where the fans of the MCU come in. They're like the master puzzle solvers, but instead of drowning in the details, they're able to step back and see the bigger picture. They're able to make connections that others might not see, and to come up with some truly incredible theories about what might happen in the future films. Take the theory that says Stan Lee's actually playing the role of Watcher. His cameos throughout the MCU are not just funny Easter eggs, but rather a hidden role that he is playing. It might be hard to believe it at first, but when you look at the evidence, it starts to make a lot of sense. In Marvel Comics, the Watchers are an ancient and incredibly powerful beings whose only purpose is to observe and document the events occurring throughout the universe, without ever directly interfering. In the MCU, we've seen the Watchers depicted in films such as Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2 and the What If series. According to this theory, Stan Lee is actually playing the same character in all of his cameos, despite appearing as different roles in each film. He is, in fact, a Watcher who has been observing and documenting the events of the MCU throughout its entire history, in his various roles, from a FedEx delivery man in Civil War to a bus driver in Spider-Man Homecoming. Stan Lee's character is silently observing the universe and recording it. One of the key pieces of evidence mentioned by supporters of this theory is Lee's cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2. In this scene, Stan Lee is shown talking to a group of Watchers with tales from his past appearance in the MCU and referencing that he is, in fact, one of them. He even goes so far as to claim that he has been present for all of the events that have taken place in the MCU. Sounds pretty convincing. While Marvel has never officially confirmed or denied this theory, it remains a popular part of the MCU mythology.
Hey fellas, hey wait, where are you going?
I got eyes on the prize.
In Avengers Age of Ultron, the team sees a bunch of nightmares because of Wanda Maximoff. Each Avenger is shown vision of their worst fears and deepest regrets, which cause them to question their place in the world. This nightmare scene sets up the plot of Avengers Endgame. In Endgame, the Avengers are shown to be struggling with guilt, regret, and a sense of hopelessness after Thanos' snap, which wiped out half of the life in the universe. The connection between the two movies is the fact that their nightmares in Age of Ultron foreshadowed the events in Endgame. For example, Thor's nightmare about Asgard being destroyed reflects his grief over losing his home and family in Thor Ragnarok. Plus, those nightmares also set up the character arcs for the Avengers in Endgame. Tony Stark's nightmare about his friends dying sets up his decision to create the time travel technology that ultimately leads to Avengers' victory over Thanos. Steve Rogers' nightmare about being unable to save the world sets up his decision to sacrifice himself in order to save others. There were many other small details between those movies. Captain America Broken Shield, his dance with Peggy Carter, Natasha's death, Bruce Banner's injured arm, and so on. The MCU is full of surprises and hidden connection, and one of the most exciting fan theories is that a young Peter Parker makes a cameo appearance in Iron Man 2. In a small scene during the Stark Expo battle, a brave kid wearing an Iron Man stands up to a hammer drum, and some fans believe that this boy is actually the young Peter Parker. The evidence supporting this theory is interesting. First, the scene takes place in Queens, New York, which is Spider-Man's hometown. Second, the boy is wearing a red and blue hoodie, which makes the color of Spider-Man's costume. Third, the boy's line, "You work for Iron Man," can have a meaning that he has a personal connection to the character, which teases Peter's future as a hero. Although Marvel has not confirmed this theory, director Jon Favreau has hinted at its possibility in interview. In a 2017 interview, he confirmed that the boy was, in fact, Peter Parker. It is Peter Parker. I've confirmed that. I can confirm that as of today. I literally have a conversation with Kevin Feige only 20 minutes ago. Maybe I've just done something I'm not supposed to do. It's always exciting to see how some of these theories turn out to be true in future movies, and it just shows up how passionate fans are for the MCU. Who knows what new theories fans will come up with in the future? I can't wait to find out. Anyways, thank you for watching, and before you click off, you might want to watch this video to know who is the strongest Hulk. See you there!